What is your problem? So, okay. He almost made me forget what I was going to say. So, okay.
Do y'all not smell it? Did you
Not
smell
that
it?
one.
I only smelled one.
I think because it went right here.
Your eyes are
It
watering.
went like this. It's like a cartoon smoke one.
You know, I truly wish that farts had like you could visibly see farts.
Well,
You ever seen the video like in a airport where it's like the when you see heat? What's that camera that you can see heat?
thermal.
Thermal. Like, you ever seen the video where the guy's in the airport and he farts and you see the thermal heat coming out of his
Thermal
ass?
vision?
Yeah. I wish I could see farts live.
What
you know?
a combination
Well,
of conversations.
I saw a slow motion thing of somebody sneezing, and they say that when
you
you
better not
sneeze,
poop in the floor.
you actually your saliva, whatever,
Travels at like 500 miles an hour.
It's insane.
He might really need to poo.
He literally
Nice
just
talk,
pooped.
Dad.
We're gonna let's do another 10 minutes and then we'll
Okay.
get Bentley out for a poop and take a break.
Okay, well, that was my serious topics. I was so angry when I read that, just about the 13-year-old kid. And then, like I said, I think it built up because I saw other abuse cases and stuff this week.
I had a question.
Can't.
I had a question because of all the AI and everything.
Yeah.
And there's so many child predators out there. And there's a big portion of them that won't actually act on their desires. And there's a huge portion that will. But let's say that an AI website is developed for predators to create images, porn, whatever of underage. It's not real.
Nope.
I agree.
Nope.
But
it's still, you are feeding the beast at that
you're
point.
feeding the fire.
If you do an AI image, I don't care how real it is, it's going to look real. I don't care.
I do smell a little bit. So, yeah, okay, thinking about that, like, if you were to give them that option, that seems like that would just make them more likely to act on it physically.
You're feeding that desire, and they're going to be like, this is way better than I expected. And then they're going to go do it again. Get mental help. If you have those urges, go get mental help.
Well,
lock yourself in a mental institution.
And it's kind of like this, too. Like, there are actually needle dispensers in some big cities for people that do meth.
So they can get clean needles.
And well, there you go. To get clean needles, because the spread of HIV is on the grow, so they put these dispensers in to dispense these needles to safely. So you can do it, but yet, what are you doing?
I was going to say, you want to know my opinion on that? You chose that life. You know the risks. Go get diseased. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you're just feeding the addiction. So,
okay. On your point of you chose that life, there's a lot of cases where, people are strung out on opiates and stuff like that, pill wise, and sometimes it becomes harder to get these pills or whatever.
And they go to heroin.
It costs a lot of money, and then they have a friend that's like, hey, this is cheap. Do this.
Do heroin.
And then that leads them down that road.
I have family that has been down that road. You know what went help?
Yeah, but you know
rehab.
That ever since you knew about heroin or whatever, you knew from the get-go to never try it. Nobody forced you to fucking try it.
Nope.
You tried it, and you knew the consequences. So now you pay the consequences.
Well, I know somebody that went to a doctor for a concussion, and they kept giving him pain meds. Blame the doctor 100% for the addiction. But the thing is, when that person continued that addiction when he quit getting prescribed his prescription pills. Now, it took, somebody saying, if you don't fucking stop, I'm fucking done. But he went and got the help that he needed and went through the rehab program and got clean. There's too many options out there. These people walking around Gastonia trying to get money for more drugs, you're not getting yourself any help.
But I would say I blame the pharmaceutical companies.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
100%.
A lot for a lot of these strung out, addicted people.
Right.
They may not have ever gone down that road. And I don't know about now, but I do know there was a time where it was extremely easy to get a 90-day supply of Percocet or Roxy's or whatever. They would just hand it out like it was nothing.
Yep.
But then they get arrested. You get arrested, you're in jail for 30 days. That's 30 days clean. Where are you getting it from when you're in jail? Prison, I'm sure they can. But jail, where are you getting it from? In 30 days, you have that time where you go through those withdrawals and you go through all those symptoms, and then you get back out and you do it again. You had free
30 days isn't enough.
I think Bentley needs to go out.
So, Jeff, what you got in store for us tonight?
Actually, I don't have anything. Why did you like just?
You didn't go.
That's the way you looked at me, like.
Yeah, you didn't plan nothing. I told you should have got ready.
What
said
I said.
Will.
Jeez.
Well, why didn't you?
It comes to me. Naturally.
So it hasn't come to you yet.
All right. Well,
No.
He hasn't come yet. Okay, your turn.
Yep. It
let
takes me a while.
let me ask you guys a question.
It takes me a while.
So,
Ask away.
let's say you're out one night, a drunken night, and you're at the bar and you decide, I need some more cash. So you stroll down to the ATM and you realize there's a slight glitch in the ATM. You take out $200 or you try to take out $200 and the ATM cancels the whatever. Hey, what do you got? And then let's just get to my story.
It's like I'm licking your feet right now.
Okay, yeah, you messed me up. Okay, so an Australian bartender found an ATM glitch and blew $1.6 million.
What?
So, what happened was
What happened?
Dan Saunders was out drinking in his hometown of Wangaratta.
Try that one more time.
Wangaratta. I can't.
It's my favorite when he tries to
3 hours north of Melbourne. When he stumbled upon a bank glitch that briefly made him rich, he left the bar to get cash and discovered an ATM that was allowing him to withdraw beyond his balance. And after a bit of trial and error, the 29-year-old realized he found a loophole and ran with it. And there's an ad. So basically, how it went down is he was on a night out and then he was trying to get a balance on his account, but it kept giving him a message saying balance unavailable at this time. So he transferred $200 to his credit account, or from his credit account to his savings, and it said transaction canceled, and spat out the card. Then he said, I thought it was super odd, so I decided to try and get $200 out of my savings account just to see what would happen. And there's another ad. What is going on? These ads, man. I thought that was super odd, so I decided to try to get $200 out of my savings account just to see what would happen, and it gave me the money. He said, after I left the bar, I was walking home past the same ATM. I'd been drinking, Jesus, what?
You really got this. You're doing great. You're doing great.
So he was thinking about how odd the whole thing was.
Is that mine?
So he put the card in again and started playing around and transferred another $200 and got the money out. Then $500, then $600, just to see what would happen. He says, I think it was a combination of being tipsy and bored, but I just pushed the envelope and tried again and again. It was like a magic trick.
Oh.
And he said the next morning he figured he must have had a dream about the whole thing. But lo and behold, the money was in the wallet next to me. So I rang up to get the balance on my savings account, which was now $2,000 in debt. I figured there was a lag between what the ATM gave me and what my bank balance was, which meant whatever I spent, I could cover it by doing a simple transfer even every night between my credit account and my savings. So basically, he ended up taking advantage of it, and he just kept going back and getting more and more money. And before you got the camera on, before too long, he ended up just taking out thousands and thousands of dollars. He went out partying. He went out. He was paying for friends like college funds and this and that.
Wow.
He was partying like a rock star and this and that. And this went on for like 4 or 5 months. Until the point where his conscience just got the best of him, to where he started like thinking like, okay, like at any moment I'm gonna get caught. And by the end of it, what an episode.
So I'm trying to think like in pulling out all this money. Hello.
Bentley, get down.
No.
Get down.
Okay, sir.
Get down.
Knowing he didn't have the money, did he not like subconsciously think the bank is going to come after me for this money?
Right. Well, that's what it came down to. But he was so in deep, he couldn't stop, and he just kept going.
It became an addiction.
And friends and his family were telling him like, you probably shouldn't be doing this and all that. And he man, I was so prepared.
It's a good story. It's just we had some interruption here.
Bentley's a distraction.
Yeah, we're getting some.
Our new producer is killing us here.
All right.
Oh God, you just yelled that in my ear. So basically, the guy just kept withdrawing money over a 5 or 6 month period. He found this loophole in the ATM, and he just kept getting money and getting money.
Yeah, he started taking advantage of the situation, and even down to the point where he started having dreams about it. A nightmare that the SWAT team was out the front of the hotel room he was staying in. He's like, I remember waking up in a pool of sweat, realizing that it was just a dream, and the hotel doorbell rang.
It was just a dream.
I was like, that's it. I'm gone. They're coming to get me. Which would have actually been a relief, but it turned out to be the maid saying, would you like some fresh towels?
Holy cow. Wow.
Because he tipped her $200 the night before.
But by the end of it, he ended up turning himself in. And in court, the judge, the DA, everybody that was there was just stumped. Like they didn't really even know what to think or say. It was a glitch. And what he figured out was between 1 and 3 a.m., the ATM goes offline. So it's like he could just kind of do whatever. And like he would go to the bank and it would show $1 million in his account. So by the end of it, now he owes all that money, and he's back to being a bartender like he was.
Right.
Yeah.
This was in Australia.
But whose screw up was that? Like
That's
the
bank. That's the bank's
screw up.
You would think, but the fact that he took advantage of it, like, I mean, we all should know that, like, okay, there's a problem here. Maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, I would have spent $900,000. And that's it.
That's it?
Not $1 million.
I'm like sitting here thinking you're gonna say like he withdrew $200 but got $2,000. What would you do? But that like it never showed up on the bank that he got $2,000. I'm like okay, but then to keep going and going and going.
He started out low and then just kept going and going and going.
Why are you pushing your luck?
Yeah,
because we all do that.
Oh yeah,
we all push our luck.
You could imagine if you found a bag of money. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Ain't nobody getting that shit bag. I found it.
I'm not fucking turning.
Finders keepers.
Oh yeah, no.
Possession is 9/10
the only time
of the
you
law.
open it up and see if there's that dye on it. If that dye's on it, leave
it. You know what the first thing you're going to think of? You're going to be like, I'm going to the 7-Eleven and I'm getting every fucking beer in there.
No, I'm getting every Red Bull.
Red Bull and beer.
First of all, I'm not going to the 7-Eleven.
Why not?
I'm going to pay off all my debt and then just stop right there.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. I got $1 million in a bag.
That's the thing. You open it up, you figure out if there's that bank robbery die on it. If the bank robbery dies on it, you leave that sumbitch right where it is and wipe off your fingerprints.
If either of you, like, this happened to either of you, would you continue?
No.
You really wouldn't?
No. Not that in that situation.
Not to that degree,
no. You know.
I went and bought 5 scratch-off tickets today. 5 $1 scratch-off tickets. By the way, I won my money back when I went to the gas station. Yeah, I got my $5 back. But I bought them. I just wanted to see what would happen.
You didn't even tell me.
It just happened.
See, you would win like $275 million.
No,
and you'd be like,
I would text you.
You know what? It's not working out.
You know, Jeff, things just aren't working.
Why?
You said chicky nuggies, and I just didn't like it.
Last night, you laid your head on my lap and said, "I love you forever," and now it's not working out.
I didn't win any money. I got my money back.
Money talks.
Anyways, so I was talking to the lady at the cash register, and we were talking about how we don't think any of the money goes to the NC.
It smells like rotten eggs. Like it has a rotten egg taste.
Why? Close your mouth.
Can we just ignore the farts?
I can't.
So I'm talking to the lady about how she doesn't think the money actually goes to, the education lottery or whatever. So I'm like, well, with my luck, I'm going to go back to work and I'm going to scratch this off. And it's going to be like, bitch, you owe us $1 million. Like, that's what it's going to say. It's going to be like, I owe you, meaning I owe them. That's what's going to happen when I scratch off these tickets. Granted, everything was a dud, and then like the middle one, it was like my number was $7. Oh, $7, $7. I got all my money back.
You know, I feel like my whole life has been a dud.
Why?
Just because I'm a
dud. You
dud.
made it that way.
I'm a dud.
You chose that life.
I just did not.
It's up to you to fix it.
I didn't choose it. I just fell into it.
It's up to you to fix it. You chose it because you kept going. The only person you can blame.
I guess I would be that guy.
Yeah, you're that guy.
For real, if you found a bag of $10,000 on the side of the road, would you keep it?
Yeah.
I mean, money's traceable.
Okay.
But you'd keep it.
They would trace my shit.
I mean, you'd obviously have to clean it. You'd have to take it.
You have to launder it.
Yeah.
Shit in a washer and wash it.
Bentley still spreading good news. That's what your mom said.
He's spreading something.
My mom should have been a comedian.
I mean, it really does smell like rotten eggs. I think you feed him rotten eggs.
I don't know. He's licking his asshole now. So
yeah, that shit's burning.
Now he's embarrassed, so he's trying to clean it up.
He just cannot get away from the dog farts.
Well, I did tell you I had to pull that turd out of his butt, so maybe I didn't get it all.
Maybe
I guess not.
Maybe he's got a blockage.
A blockage?
He may have a blockage. You may have to give him an enema.
You may have to give him some X-Lax. No, don't do that.
That would be awful.
What did my mom used to give him?
I've seen a horse get an enema.
That's a big.
How big are those enemas?
Oh yeah, I mean,
God,
size of that mic.
Yeah, yeah. They had a long
glove.
Yeah, they had the long gloves on,
and they literally stick it right up there, and here it comes. Yeah, it's some crazy stuff.
Well.
Yeah.
Well,
but yeah, that
I mean, if you find money, you find money. I had a friend that was working at this old lady's house doing like building, like she's really old, and he would build things, whatever. So he went up in her attic one day, and she had money just everywhere, cash money, just
found
everywhere.
It in her attic.
Found a whole box.
She didn't know it was there.
She forgot completely. He brought it downstairs and down out of the attic.
She forgot that she had it, or she found it.
No, he found it. She forgot she had it because he brought it down out of the attic, and he was like, hey, I just found, he was very, very kind man, and he was like, hey, I found this money in your attic, and she's like, oh yeah, I forgot I had that. Just go stick it on the dining room table, honey. And when I mean a box, I mean like a freaking moving box of money.
Wow.
She didn't even know she had it. Now, consciously, I don't think I could steal it from the old lady.
So what'd they do after it?
I mean, I'm sure she did some with it, passed it down to whoever when she died. I'm sure she's dead by now. It's been years. But, I mean, she's just like, oh, just go put it on the table. And then she had a daughter that came over, and her daughter's like, Mom, what is this? And she's like, oh, it's just some money I had hidden.
I would have married her.
Just my stash.
She would have turned around and got on one knee right then. I mean, and old people.
She would have been like, nope, I'm running.
You think about that. Older people have that. Because they
stashes.
Yeah, they have stashes of money places.
I wonder how many jars of money are buried in this country.
Oh, probably a lot.
Oh,
I mean, I know.
Didn't they do that back in the day?
I've
They
heard
just
of-
bury their money.
In
I've heard
the
of stories
session.
where like they was remodeling the house and they tore the wall down and they found
Money.
stash
stacks of money. Yeah.
I mean, these people forget it's there. You go
Especially
so long where it's
old
hidden,
people.
you forget.
Like they
I
lived
just
during the
don't
Depression.
I
and
don't
all.
think I could forget it.
we
there.
would not. We would
We
not.
wouldn't.
We would not.
But back then, like, what if you think about it?
Your dad said, "Lift your
back
finger and
then,
stick it in."
back then,
Yeah.
what did you need a lot of money for? You didn't. I mean, you could afford everything on your income: house, car.
$5 was a lot of money back
You know what
then.
I
Yeah,
mean?
it was.
But what are you going to buy? Like, people back then didn't say, "Oh, I'm going to buy me a mansion," like they do now. They got money. They're like, "Oh, we're going to put it back in case we need it later." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, "Oh, I'm going to go buy
They were
a car."
a lot smarter with money.
Yeah, they were a
back
lot
then
smarter
than we
like,
are. This
and
generation
what are you
is.
going to buy with it in 1930?
Well, because they survived on the.
I mean?
They grew
What?
up on the basics.
Everything.
What are you going to buy? You know what I mean? Like,
The White House.
At that point, it was the American dream: live in a little house in the suburbs
Oh,
with your
shit.
family.
something happened.
What happened?
Can you not hear?
Oh, you pulled your. Come on, Jeff.
What are you doing? You're just as bad as Bentley.
Check.
You got it?
You're back.
Can you hear?
I can hear.
All right.
Yeah, but back then it wasn't about the luxury life
Oh,
you
yeah,
could
yeah,
live.
yeah.
It was about the basic. The wife stayed at home most of the time back then.
What do you mean it wasn't about the luxury? I mean, there was luxury back then.
There was, but not
If
like
you owned
Not like it is
slaves, you
now.
lived in luxury.
Okay, we're not talking
that far back.
Well, you didn't specify.
We're like,
I mean,
I mean, like my grandfather, he bought his house for $6,200.
wow.
that was expensive back then, though.
That was
My-
a lot of money.
So
Yeah.
my dad buys houses and remodels them and then rents them out. And he actually got a foreclosure for $4,000.
Oh wow!
Wow.
But
Yeah.
you got to be able to pay cash for that. You got to. You
I
can't
mean,
get a loan.
I could find
Yeah.
$4,000.
You can't. I mean, that's something you just can't. You can't get a loan for a foreclosure. They're not going to loan it again.
I don't think you'd need a loan. I just
I
asked
know.
4,000 friends for $1.
Right?
You have 4,000 friends.
I could find them.
Yeah.
I can make 4,000
I was gonna
friends.
say, where are they? We're still looking for.
I'd be
500
asking
followers.
homeless people for $1. You ever walk up to a homeless man and ask him for $1?
Yeah.
Have you really?
Well, listen. So, you know my dad, you know how he is. So he was at Tony's one day. He was sitting in his car eating. And all of a sudden, a homeless guy walks up and was like, "Hey, man, can I get $1?" And Dad, you know what Dad said?
What?
"I'm working this side of the street today."
I could see him saying
You
it
see
too.
it now?
I could totally see him.
And he didn't even crack a smile. He
Dad
was
and
like,
I.
"I'm working this side of the street today." And you know what he did?
Roll it back up.
He don't even have power with
His
us.
dad don't give a damn.
He don't give a shit.
I used to work at this pawn shop in Mooresville, and there was this homeless man. He was a black guy, but he had blue eyes, and everybody called him Blue-Eyed Johnny. And he would walk around, and he'd ask for $1 here and there. And if you gave him $1 or whatever, and he did get some kind of like government check or something. His sister would handle his stuff, but he chose to be homeless. And every time he would get paid, he would go back to everybody that gave him $1 and pay him back.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's what sucks though, is you actually, all these people, all these homeless people, mainly addicted to drugs, especially in Gaston County, is there are legitimate people out there that came on hard times, got screwed over, not saying didn't all get addicted to drugs, alcohol, or whatever. Like, they literally came on hard times and are living in a homeless shelter at night and wandering the streets during the day. And it's just like, I saw a homeless person on the corner. He was asking for money. Someone handed him a Subway sandwich. You're homeless. You're hungry. He set the Subway sandwich on the ground and then kept panhandling. I was like, you ain't that
Maybe it
homeless.
wasn't hungry at the time.
Why are their clothes so clean?
Well,
That's the problem, is you have so many people impersonating homeless now.
I mean-
and using, like, I have 4 kids at home and I'm homeless. Well, I have 4 kids. Where are your kids? They're
They're-
not standing next to you.
I mean, there are a lot of them out there making 50, 60K a year just panhandling.
Yes. 100%. Did you really go through everything we brought?
Great Damn. Job. Jeff's on fire tonight.
But
it's probably all the
and
smells
there are veterans out there that have legit medical issues that can't be seen in the VA because there's a huge problem in the VA with veterans being seen. And there are legitimate people out there that are homeless and just need a little bit of help to get that meal or not, but you don't know who they are anymore.
The VA itself sucks.
Yes.
They're it's like going to the DMV. Like they
awful.
don't give a shit about you.
No.
Speaking of the DMV, they're actually going to improve that.
Really?
Yep.
It's just North Carolina.
I don't know how they're going to improve it, but they're going to improve it.
I saw something like that. They're spending like millions of dollars to like
I got my passport.
Hire more people.
I got my passport in hand in less than 2 weeks.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. You know why? Because you paid for it extra.
Because I expedited it.
It's probably because you're white.
Probably that too.
You know why? You're privileged.
Privileged.
Did you see those comments on your video you posted?
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I was going to say something a little more, and then I just quit.
Yes,
I was
same,
like, hey,
Jeff. Same.
Read this.
I want to go to these comments.
I kept it really mellow because when I read it, you remember, and I was like, "Do you see this?" I was mad, and then the more I kept sitting there typing it,
so
I was just kind of like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna."
Let's play the clip, and then I'll read the comments.
Are you gonna read them?
Do you not want me to?
I'm just wondering. You struggle with reading.
Well, they're short, so it shouldn't be that.
The one is not
most
short.
Most of them are short.
I think as a country, we're too sensitive. It's not the majority of society that's too sensitive. It's what's put on TV and what's blown up in our faces that makes it appear to be too sensitive. Like, our country's not as racist as it appears to be through media and all that.
No.
It's not that bad. Like, everybody doesn't hate everybody. You can go anywhere and, like, somebody will hold the door for you, you hold the door for them. Hey, thanks, awesome, have a great day. Like, I don't ever, and I'm a straight white male, so I'm like the minority at this point, but like, I never see actual racism in person.
I think
Stop. Why won't it?
Why won't it pause?
Okay, hold on. I'm going back. Jeez, why does nothing ever work when you need it to?
Only for rain.
Okay, so the comments. Oh, that's Jeff. One guy says, "I used to think American society wasn't racist. I was wrong. It absolutely is." But what's he basing that off of? Does this guy ever leave his house?
The media.
100%. That's what I say. And then one guy says, "Bro, it is that racist. You just see it so much you don't notice it anymore." Really?
I'm going to notice if somebody's being racist.
Yeah, come on. And then another guy says, "Bro sounds ignorant and naive at the same time. It's not about oversensitivity. It's about acknowledging power imbalances that have led to numerous inequities that we would like to improve in our society. As a straight white guy like you, I have more influence than others in America. I choose to use my influence and strength to support folks less well off than me while fighting against bullying behaviors. You can do whatever you want, but you aren't a minority. It's just I can't read. It's just that when you are used to privilege, equality feels like oppression."
The whole privilege thing just got me.
Tell me what privilege is.
You know what?
Please.
You know what privilege is? Getting the fuck up, going to work every fucking morning, paying your own fucking bills, and fucking surviving. That is
you
fucking
create your
privilege.
own privileges is
yes.
what it is.
100%. You know what privilege is your $200 Nikes, your $50 shirt, your $200 pair of pants. You're constantly getting your whatever done. Like, you choose your privilege. You choose where to put your privilege. And personally, and I've talked to several people, I've made the same statement in front of discolored people, and and they're like, well, you just don't know that life because you're white. But here, like, it's all about the approach. It's all about the tone. It's all about how you treat other people or approach other people. Mm-hmm. You know, like you can be a well, clean-cut man. And yes, there are racist people out there. Mm-hmm. Truly.
Yeah.
There are racist, prejudiced people out there. But I don't believe that it's 90% of all white people.
No.
Just because one cop screws up doesn't mean all the other cops are bad cops.
Well, but they're also more gearing this privilege towards a white male than they are a white female.
Again, it's media.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. They're gearing that privilege towards whites for sure, but more towards white males because as a woman, you know, I don't get paid as much as male, blah, 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 blah. Again, and I've said this before on the show, his mom asked you if you're okay.
My dad said, lick your finger and stick it in.
Yeah, that was earlier when we were talking about. Okay, so
plug that hole.
When they talk about being a privileged, you know, white male or whatever, for me, I've created my own privilege. If I felt like I was being oppressed at work and not being paid, I'm going to go find another job. Is it going to be difficult for me to find a job where I'm not? 100%. But I'm still not going to let that stop me. My mentality is I'm going to get where I want to go without anybody holding me back. And if it's with this company, great. If it's with that company, great. If it's not, and I feel some sort of way and I'm being treated differently because I'm a female, I'm going to go find another job.
Okay, perfect example. You being a female and two males here. Do you think that we have the upper hand in society versus...
Not in society, no.
Well, maybe not. Okay, what do you mean?
So...
Not society, but what?
It depends on the situation. Like if you're if people are looking for something, okay. So if I like right now, I could walk into a body shop if I wanted a job doing body work on a car. You know why I'd get hired? Not because of the color of my skin, but because I'm a female.
Mm-hmm.
A female working on cars. That's huge.
Yeah.
So there's
Sexy.
my privilege is I'm a female that works on cars. So I would get hired immediately. He's going to have a harder time doing that. My son, he's a white boy that races race cars. You think he's going to make it anywhere because you know how many white boys race cars? So there's privilege for
all of them but one.
But if a black boy says I want to be a race car driver,
he can get in the Drive for Diversity program and get more opportunities.
So yes, it is about race.
My son.
So yes, it is about race.
So there is some areas, but
what do you mean it's about? What part of that is about race to you?
It's not being racist. It's just that's the way it is.
There's not white.
The majority of race car drivers are white.
But here's the thing: is the majority of race car drivers are white, but most people don't like change. And when you bring something in that's completely different than what everyone's used to, people are going to think differently of it. Mm-hmm. But if you can show that you're capable and can perform just as well as the others, they're going to accept you. I've seen plenty of like a bunch of guys playing basketball, a bunch of black guys playing basketball. One white guy walks out there and stomps all their asses. They all of a sudden respect him. Yeah. It's not privilege. It's proving yourself.
Right. Yeah, and you do. But like I said, as a society, yes. But there's typical other situations where I have more privilege. Like I said, I walk into a body shop and I'm a female and I want to go work on a car. I'm probably going to get the job whether they have an opening or not. I'm probably going to get that job. Are they going to pay me as much as the men? Most likely not, but that's not a job for me.
When you first started saying that, I was automatically thinking you walk into an all-male body shop and they're going to look at you like, she has no clue what she's doing. We're not going to hire her.
They 100%,
will. But they will hire you because you're a female, and let's say they post a TikTok video of this female that they have working for them working on a car. If a female owns a business, it is a larger tax write-off for that woman to own 51% of that business than it is for a man to own 49% of that business.
It sounds like privilege to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
There are benefits to being a woman when it comes to stuff like that. But there's also times where you walk into that body shop and that chauvinistic, boss is going to look at you and go, "You're a woman. What do you know?"
I think your privilege is where you place your priorities.
Yeah.
If you're whatever you are and you walk into an industry that he's just Jesus.